I want to play this particular clip. It was titled "Feminists Gets Kicked Off of Podcast," but I want you guys to hear what went down. This podcast was epic. I really enjoyed it. I watched the whole thing, and I just took a bit of it to share with you guys. If you haven't seen it, make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Please hit the like button. Hit the like button, you guys. Let's go ahead and get into it. Here we go.
I'm not willing to back off until you prove your point. You said that you could prove that we just stagnated 2 degrees. Prove it.
Finish your point.
Let's move.
Now suddenly you want him to finish his point? Answer the question. Like, just make her answer. Answer the question.
Stop crying. I'm gonna drink your tea.
You mute yourself and refuse to speak to me, and then say, "I'm crying, lady." Give me a break. Answer my question. You dense idiot. Answer the question.
You up around a bunch of women. You say a question and then don't want the answer. I ain't never said a question to somebody and then kept talking. Only do that. If I say what's 5 plus 5, I'm not gonna be like, cause if you don't know 5 plus 5 and keep talking, let me stop and let her answer the question.
It's called a rhetorical question, you bitch.
It should be called a rhetorical question because I got an answer.
Who you calling a
public defender? I'm a you broke.
What you think is
so anyways, so we're oh my god, angry man, calm down.
Can I play this video now? Can I play this video?
No, can I finish talking or no?
Do you ever finish talking?
You were finished talking.
Last week on the Untouchable Super Panel.
So do you believe that the majority of, not do you believe, because a woman decides that she does not have to cook for a man, she does not have to perform for a man when she's dating those men, it does not mean the woman does not have the ability to do so. More women are saying, I do not wish to perform for men. It doesn't mean she does not know how to. So Angry Man's question was, do they know how? Not will they do it for you? It's do they know how to cook and clean? In which I said majority do. Yes, it does not mean the majority is going to do it for you.
And my answer still stays. The majority of them don't know how to cook.
Right.
You don't know. Them don't.
Yeah, I agree with Lady Shan. Like, if you look at the culture, a lot of women, modern women, they view that as demeaning. They view having to cook and clean and do all of the things that their mothers or their grandmothers did as demeaning. Some even consider it slavery. So there are women that will say, I won't, but really they can't because they don't know how. They can't boil water.
This might be, I might be setting myself up, but do you guys think that the average modern man knows how to build a house with his bare hands?
No, but he knows how to cook.
But cooking is a woman's job according to the patriarchy, correct?
No, cooking.
So we're doing gender roles because
roles. No,
right?
Oh my God. No,
if we're doing gender roles, I just want to go gender role for gender role.
The best. Can you let me answer the question? If woman job according to the patriarchy was cooking, most of Michelin chefs wouldn't be men. Like on the top 30 Michelin, the best cooks in the planet are men. So we 1 second. So 1 second, please. 1 second. So we transition.
You said you're gonna be the moderator. You ain't moderating that much.
Can I run my own show? Like, why you guys acting up? No. Every time that y'all came.
God damn. See, this is how I look at panels where people are always over talking each other. It just, you can't, you're trying to focus on a clear, angle and listen to what one person is saying and the other one interject. It looks a hot mess. Watching this make me see how it looks when you're trying to hear what one person is saying, the other person just keep talking. Like that gets annoying. But what I want to say, I think that most modern women today don't know how to cook and they don't want to do it. So do y'all cook and clean for your kids? That's the thing. That's the part I don't get. So you don't want to cook for a man, but you still have to cook for your kids, right? You still have to clean your house, right? You still have to do these things either way. So what's the difference if you're doing it for you and your kids versus you, your kids, and your man? if you're expecting him to be a provider, protector, and all these things and look after you guys as y'all support each other, it doesn't take much more if you're already cooking to cook and fix him a plate. It's not a big deal. Let's continue.
So what I'm saying is that most roles are democratized now. Like men know how to cook and clean, women go to work. Like the functions of both of genders actually meshed up. Like y'all keep saying that women now work more and do those things and do this and do that. The same way women now know how to make money, have credit cards, houses, and all that. Men started to do things that were traditionally feminine.
But Fatty, it's a false equivalency. He's comparing building a house to cooking a pan
to survival skills.
It's ridiculous.
How many hours does it take you to build a house, Angry Man?
It's not a gender public. That's not a gender role. No, building a house, public offender. We're not gonna public. There's twice you about to do this. First we was wiping ass.
Can't have a conversation.
No, hold on, brother. No, brother. Hold on.
Jesus Christ.
Public. Let's have a genuine conversation.
You want me here or not?
No. First we were wiping ass. A man building a house is not a gender role. Come on.
Let me ask the question, Ali. You not even letting the question get asked.
We already
go ahead. What is the question?
Ask the question. You don't even know what's about to happen. Let me ask the question. So the question again: how many hours? If you I'm just guesstimate. You ain't got to be right or wrong. I'm not trying to lock you in or nothing. I'm being real. How many hours do you think it takes to build a 2,000 square foot, a 1,500 square foot house?
Up to code? Up to code or not up to code?
I don't. Either one. Whatever one you want to do.
No, I mean not up to code. It would probably only take a few days if you had all the materials.
Okay, let's go up to code because we want you to be able to.
Well, I mean, if it was up to code and I had to do it by hand, let's say.
No. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
So public defender.
You have all the tools and everything modern. You have all of that, right? But you have to build it yourself, right? I'm asking you.
For me, it would probably take me, if it was all up to code, it would probably take me somewhere 6 to 8 weeks, I would guess. If it was 2,000 square feet, it was all up to code. And I had all the materials and all the tools and all the crew.
Yeah, 5. So 5, that's 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, roughly, right? So you're talking about 40 hours times 6, correct?
Yeah, and I'm not a builder, but I think if you can do that 6 to 8 weeks.
If you're getting ready to compare this to how often a woman has to cook, which is every day.
No, I understand. I understand the question. I'm happy to answer it. Yeah, probably 6 to 8 weeks for me to do it.
Okay, so we talking what? 240 hours, right? Does that sound right?
Something like that, sure.
Okay, cool. So we're talking about 240 hours to build a home. Okay, how many hours do you think a person spends? I don't know, in a lifetime cooking.
I knew this is where he was going with it.
Is it over 240 hours or is it less than 240? If you had to guess.
Probably the
same. You mean based on the averages of person?
Probably less time than it takes for the man to work.
Hang on. I'm sorry. Do men only build one house?
Listen to what I'm saying. Yeah,
all right.
You only built the one house you live in because most people build a house and they live in it. They don't build.
Most people don't build a house and then live in it. No, that's incorrect.
Live in the house.
No, most people don't build a house and then live in it. That's incorrect.
This is a bad argument again. If you live with yourself,
it's a bad argument because it blows up y'all dumbass
point. Let me finish. No, it doesn't. You know what? No, can I finish, y'all, please? It's a disingenuous argument because when a woman wants a man to cook, she'll say everybody should learn how to cook. But once she has to cook for a man, she's a slave or a maid. If she's single, she's cooking for herself. She's just being an adult. So it's nothing wrong with adding an extra plate and making seeing as barbaric if I'm asking a woman to cook in a house, especially if I'm providing. You keep making these disingenuous arguments that are not relevant to the conversation, nor is it you're equating cooking to building a house, but that's not a gender role. So
and why do I see women do that too? You equate, can you build a house to cook? Like, to me, it takes less time to cook than it does to build a house. Well, it's not that difficult to cook if you know how to cook. And I would rather cook a meal than build a house. I don't get the equivalency and the relevance, honestly. Let's continue.
If a woman cooking is too difficult to be with a man, why is it okay to cook for herself or cook for her children? It's only when she has to cook for a man where it becomes problematic and public offender, you start fighting over it. If she can cook for herself as an adult and a single woman and she's strong and independent, it should be no problem to cook for a man that loves her and providing for her.
Right.
Yeah, I think I'm just talking about hours.
Can you address what I just said? Can you address what I just said?
Hold on. I am.
Public.
I'm going to address what you're saying.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Jesus Christ. So again, the point isn't can a woman just add on another plate, because to do that, it takes more labor. Whether you acknowledge that or not, it's hilarious. To cook more food takes more time.
No, it
takes
doesn't.
more time. The gender role argument and the modern woman argument, because remember, we got here because the whole thing was the women nowadays don't know how to cook. And I'm like, okay, cool. So if we're going by the gender roles that women should know how to cook and women should cook and clean for their man, then what do men do? Modern men do today that traditional men used to do.
Yes.
And I just thought of one.
Public defender.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Men used to build houses? Hang on. Let me respond. Hang on. I haven't said a word. Let me respond to this. So the absurdity of your argument is like, if you're talking about traditional gender roles, yeah, that's great. You're right on the house building thing. Men used to build a lot of houses, and guess what? They still build all the houses. That's why if you look at the construction industry, it's 99%, 98% men. But when you're talking about cooking, right, the reason, and by the way, it wasn't mostly women who did cooking, it was just mostly women who stayed at home who did cooking. That's why it's considered a traditional family role. It's part of the whole child rearing aspect. That's the whole point of it.
The way that you're just making stuff up is hilarious.
Which thing do you think I'm making up?
Women do and still to this day in a relationship, even in 2025, all the modern shit y'all talking about, women still do cook more than men.
Do you know why that is, though?
Do more labor in the home than men.
Wait.
Why, Andrew?
Why?
Second,
Why?
Most of the time in a relationship, the woman works outside the home less than the man.
Oh, I got it. So she has additional duties. Oh, gee, I'm so confused. I didn't know that.
Hold on, brother. I'm not a liar, so I'll tell the truth. Secondly, your whole premise around why men build homes is stupid, because the reason why women aren't in construction at a higher rate, I won't say at the same rate as men, but at a higher rate, is because men lock them out. That's like saying,
when did they lock them out?
They have no desire.
Hang on. Let me engage with the argument. Hang on, before you guys all cut in, let me just have a quick back and forth with them on it, please.
Men lock women out of the home building, whatever. Do y'all agree with that? Let me know. So men lock the women out of being able to build houses? I don't know now one woman who want to build a house. I swear to God, I don't know one woman who wants to get out and do that type of manual labor. I don't know now one woman who wants to go out and sweat in the heat and get on a roof and build a house. I don't know now one woman who wants to do that. Not one woman. Now there have been women who kind of help, like in that. Remember when they used to do like Habitat for Humanity, where they help build their own house because it's their house. They go out and they help and they knock some pieces together and they help. That I've seen. But I'm saying like going out here and just going into that type of workforce. No, most women I know don't want to do that. Most women don't want to even sweat. They don't want to be outside. They don't want to even be outside. They don't want to do that type of work. Most women don't want to do that work. So I want to know where the women at who are rushing to go and build houses for a living. Let's continue though, child.
Saying that women aren't in construction and trying to use that for an argument like, well, men still build their homes. Yeah, because it's still ran by men, because the patriarchy says that women, you can't have certain jobs. Even if
and what restrictions are put on women right now from going and building houses?
Listen, you cut me off too early. Again, I'll repeat it. Even if on paper it says that women can work there, that doesn't stop something called implicit bias. Like racism, for an example, still exists. It doesn't have to exist on paper. It still exists in society. White people have an implicit bias against Black people or against Latino people, whatever.
Why do you think that there would be a bias from people who are running construction crews about hiring women to do construction, do you think?
Because they're misogynistic.
Oh, not because women are much weaker and can't do the job as well?
No, that's not, because actually there was a study done that said that when a construction site is full of men, the likelihood of injury is exceedingly high.
What does it have to do with doing construction?
Stop. When a construction site has both men and women
building,
the construction site, the rate of injuries goes down. They're more productive when both men and women are together.
Are the women building with the men in this scenario?
They work on the fucking site.
I see. So then if that's the case, why wouldn't construction companies who don't want the liability of injury hire more women, since that would up their bottom line?
They're misogynistic.
Because they're misogyny. So misogyny is going to keep them from making money. Brilliant analysis. So I could have a construction company hire a ton of women at less of a cost than men because why? Because they can't get a job anywhere else due to misogyny. I could cut their pay significantly, make a shitload of money, and I could keep down the accidents in the workplace. And I'm not doing it because I'm misogynistic. Brilliant analysis, sir. Brilliant.
Premise.
Wait.
Let's angry man go. Let angry man go, and then Pretty ask the question.
The whole premise of your argument, public defender, is crazy because you're trying to associate what men used to do back in the day. But we're looking at the equivalent of what men do today. Men don't have to build a house today because they buy the damn house. The same way women today don't have to milk cows or slaughter pigs. What are you talking about, bro?
Right.
You're
I'm talking about you bringing up.
Trying to hold on. We listen to you talk for a minute, bro. First of all, when it comes to construction, when it comes to jobs like that, most women typically don't want to do those type of jobs.
I know that's right.
Yeah, based on what?
It has absolutely nothing to do with.
I know based on what?
Wait.
Based on body temperature regulation.
You're absolutely right, Andrew. They can't. But even with them not being able to do it, many of them choose not to. They don't want to do those type of jobs.
Men can't do the jobs either. That's why they invented tools.
They can. They not only can, but do. All of them.
Men
they're all done by men. All of them.
Just like, all right, man. Y'all,
bro,
can we bring it back around?
Jobs are done by men, sure.
Wait. The mental gymnastics that you're doing to try to alleviate or keep women from cooking for men is ridiculous, bro.
So
the patriarchy is keeping women out of construction.
So public, you said you don't believe. Hold on, real quick.
The patriarchy.
I got you. I didn't forget.
You said you don't believe in gender roles. So if in masses, men said, you know what, we getting rid of gender roles. If men said, hey ladies, we coming home. We coming to take care of these badass kids. We cooking and cleaning. All you got to do is protect us and go to work full time to take care of the family. Are most women committing to that?
Hell yeah.
Can I
Are most women committed? I'm asking him to ask.
Don't worry, I got you.
Would most women say we don't believe in gender roles either? We're gonna commit to that. Are most women gonna commit to that?
Yeah, I think most women, if in your hypothetical, I think most women will be fine with that exchange.
Okay, so last two questions. Last two questions. If most men said, okay, y'all going on the front line in war now, we're not. Are most women gonna commit to that?
Hell no.
What?
Are most women, if most men go, hey, we're switching gender, no more gender roles, y'all going on the front line.
So no gender roles means that women would actually be able to run.
Public, can you answer?
Wait. I just want to.
It's an hypothetical.
It's my question. I'm asking you. So let me answer it honestly. Then you answer it whether you want to lie or be honest. If men said now we there's no more gender roles, we're putting women primarily in front of the front lines in war. Are women committing to that or no?
No.
Again. Like,
can you say yes or no? All I want is yes or no.
No, you can't get a yes or no because I want to make sure that you're.
Are women? You don't. I ain't got it. Everybody else.
It's not gonna work.
It's a yes.
It's not gonna work.
I'm not trying to do no trickery on you.
You are. That's why you won't let me talk.
Okay. What did I trick you?
So again, I just want to make sure that we're understanding this correctly. In this world, gender roles don't exist. The patriarchy doesn't exist, right? So I can assume that women would run the military as well. Like they would. They
not run front line.
Just granted. It won't hurt you a bit.
I'm not running. I'm not.
So I want to make sure that we're all having the same discussion.
You said you don't believe in gender roles. So men in masses, if we all here, we putting women on the front lines. We don't believe in gender roles anymore. Put they behinds in front of the front lines.
You're not listening to my question.
I'm asking you. Would you commit?
In that world, Ali, you're missing my point. In that world, okay. Ali, in that world,
you're creating world. This is what you've been doing the whole show. We went to wiping ass, and you can't answer questions.
I answer all your questions.
Again, in masses, men said, "Okay, now y'all gonna do the 96% of the trades men engage in." Are women gonna say yes? We'll do 96% of all the trades that make the world go round. Will women say yes to that?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm not gonna over pursue him. But he's become not only a public offender.
Ali, I got
let
one
me land.
question.
You got it.
Now, one second. Pretty has to go. You have time, public. You have time.
I'm done. I just want to ask him one question. I want him to answer it.
You're not just being a public offender.
Ali.
I'm landing. I'm going to land before you go.
Jesus
Christ. You're publicly lying too. So go ahead.
So my question to you, Ali, would be: if you flipped it around? I'm sorry.
Continue for a long time.
Can we let Pretty talk and please, public, please, because you've been the center of the attention and you get all the attention. That is fine, right? Because you are the antagonistic kind of the show. But once again, let's be honest about shit. Companies are amoral. They care about profit. If I have 10 men building something and they can build something in 1 day, I'm not going to get 10 women to build something in 30 days. Hey, Pretty, let him clarify his statement.
Yeah, you can't argue something the man didn't say.
Yeah, let him.
Question.
One second, please. 1 second. Let him clarify the statement, and then you can answer the question. Clarify the statement.
I'm gonna say it again. If in masses, men said, "We coming home, baby.
Okay.
We taking care of these badass kids. We cooking and cleaning. All you got to do is protect and provide." Are women in masses committing to that?
Oh, you mean switch the roles completely?
Yes.
Yeah, because he don't believe in gender roles. Are women committing to that, Pretty?
No, women wouldn't be with y'all, period.
Because they believe in gender roles. Because y'all believe in gender roles. They're
so let me ask my question. No. So let me ask my question.
So why not? Then why not? Why wouldn't they commit to that?
Let me ask my question.
Why wouldn't they commit to that?
Women are walking away. Period.
I didn't ask you about walking away. Why would women not commit to switching roles?
We don't have to.
Pretty, I'm
asking. Because I'm answering your question.
No, you're not.
We don't have to. That is the answer that y'all hate. We don't have to. The only reason why women needed to be in community with men for centuries was because of this prospect of protection and provision. We were not able to go out and have our own things. Now women do not have to do it. So if you guys decided to switch
because of men.
Yes.
The only reason you have what you're
let the plan, please. It's fine. Let the land.
Let me finish talking.
Go ahead, finish your point.
Unbelievable. You've been yelling this whole time.
It's fine, Pretty. It's fine, Pretty. Let me finish the point, please. Go ahead, Pretty.
We do not have to. And
Yes,
I also would like to say, if things were to go back where it was a complete switch, women stayed home, cooked, cleaned, did all the things, the majority of men could not sustain it. Y'all cannot afford it. The majority of men in today's world cannot afford for
we would if y'all wasn't working. If y'all wasn't working, there'd be more jobs available for men.
At home, you cannot afford for a woman to stay.
If y'all wasn't working, there'd be more jobs available for men.
Because 50% of marriages are egalitarian because they require two incomes. We live in a capitalist society. So I think it's real funny that I think it's real funny that you're saying, what if we all switch the roles? Let's get real hypothetical. Y'all couldn't do it. You
just contradicted yourself.
Incorrect. No, it's not that. Incorrect. Pretty. 1 second, please. 1 second, friends. 1 second, friends. 1 second, please. No, Pretty. We're trying to answer to your point, right? And you can get it afterwards. Angry Man is right. Woman flooded the market.
I didn't ask the question. I'm staying a statement.
No, you're making the points. Let's have a conversation with each other. I'll pass you the microphone immediately. Okay, so before the show, I said let's not go on monologues. And when I having a conversation, I'm just having a conversation with you. Can I pass you the microphone back? I'm just saying, your point is irrelevant because women flooded the market, and now there's 8 billion people that possibly can be working. Not 8 billion, but all the adults. The wages went down or stagnated, and now men can afford to actually pay shit. But as soon as women go back home, now the companies have to pay, like, because there are less people actually to work. Now the salary will increase, and now men will be able to take care of their families if there's
that's how you think capitalism works.
But she contradicted
what?
herself.
That is how you believe
capitalism. That's literally what happened. What are you talking? That's literally what happened. No, okay. No, 1 second. Pretty. Question for you. Pretty. Question for you. Why did the salaries stagnate at the same time as women started to flood the market, the working market? Like, why? What's the reason for that?
Sir, that is not how capitalism works.
No. Teach me.
Consolidation of wealth to the top 1%.
No, that's fine, Pretty. We're talking about the average man. The average man on the 60s,
how capitalism works.
Yeah, the average man used to be capable of taking care of his family, right? Why did as soon as women flooded the market when it comes to jobs, the salaries either stopped growing or became stagnant or actually increased below inflation point? Like, what is the reason of these two things coinciding with each other?
Greed.
What?
Why do y'all let women have conversations?
She paused like that because she don't really have the answer. You know, a lot of times women want to sound right all the time, and you don't really have the answers to questions. So you just, you say anything. Let's continue.
conversation. Y'all can sing around.
Enough girl math. Enough girl math.
I don't need to
Hold on.
Read.
You're bugging.
Easily
hold on real quick.
Brilliant.
I would actually like to just hear her prove it. Just let her prove it. Prove it.
Yeah, they won't though. They'll move to something else.
Did you just submit to that man like that?
Stop, Jess. Skating and just prove it.
So you don't have the answer, and now you're going to change to.
Yes.
And all women do is insult. Why you can't have a real conversation with
you? Don't want to talk. They stopped talking when I asked them to stop.
Hey, everybody quiet. Everybody quiet.
Now, what she's doing here, I think it's ridiculous. It's very divisive, and I think it's crazy. What she's doing is just insane to me. She's insinuating that this man, black man, is submitting to the white man. When he said prove it. Oh, he's submitting to the white man. That that's just to move the goalpost to focus off of her because she can't prove her argument. That's crazy. That's divisive to me. It really is. You know what I mean? It's very disingenuous. Let's continue.
Everybody quiet. Hey, everybody quiet. Nobody interrupts Pretty. Go ahead, Pretty.
I'll leave it all for that.
Go ahead, Pretty. You have the
microphone.
Ali, Pretty, you have the microphone. Just go ahead and tell us anything. Nobody interrupt her, please. Go ahead. You said 3. Oh, no?
Prove it. Can't prove it.
So, Tommy, do you want to add anything to the conversation before we move to something that Master Teacher actually, we're talking about average man having options?
Yeah, simple. I was listening to some of the things that were being said, and it was a lot of ridiculousness being said. One, about sexism being the thing that's going to stop people from hiring the right people. There's a reason why these Mexicans who whites are racist against still get jobs over regular people, because they're cheaper. There's a reason why, no matter how racist whites were, they sure did put a lot of black folks in basketball. They white sons get to watch the team, and the team is full of black men, and they know they're not going to be able to grow up to be one of those NBA players, no matter how good they think they are, because the percentages are low. Because even though the racist owner, like the Clippers owner, was very racist, he had none but niggas on the team. Why? Because it was more profitable for him. So for an idiot to sit up here and say, oh, well, they don't want women on the job because they're sexist. If it was a bunch of women that were on that job, that were doing that job cheaper than men, they'd let them do it. Guaranteed. Mm-hmm. Now, then
that's
you
how they have jobs in the first place, right?
Right. Like, it doesn't make sense. But we got to listen to somebody lie, and we had to listen to somebody else tell another lie about men and how, well, women today don't need men. And my man, Angry Man, had alluded to it, but she didn't hear it and probably won't understand it because she believes that the free market works off of not free market, but the hiring practice is what they were talking about. Capitalism was just greed. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, so I just wanted to weigh in real quick. So Pretty, earlier, you were asked this question by Fatty. He said, can you explain why it is that when women entered into the workforce, the wages between men and women stagnated? And you said due to greed. And he said, can you prove that? And then you just kind of shut down. And after you said you could and refused to answer to that question. So right now, during my time, I'd like to graciously give you the floor so that you can prove to us that it was due to greed that wages stagnated. Can you actually do that, Pretty, or are you just going to sit there and shut your mouth like a good woman?
Although you took my time, but you know, if we're being manly and orderly,
perfect. You're just going to shut your mouth like a good woman. Perfect.
On this panel, but that's beautiful. I'm enjoying myself.
Again, I'll finish with my time then. The second thing I wanted to point out was when Angry Man had said, hey, look, the only reason that women are able to do what they're doing right now is because of men. Right now, if men took their hands off and said, we're not going to help women got to defend themselves, you'd be right back to where you were. It wouldn't take them but 2 seconds. If men didn't stop women, other men from graping women would still be getting raped in large numbers. If men didn't stop other men from beating their wives, because it ain't no women stopping men from beating their wives. So when someone sits there and pretends that, oh, well, right now what we're doing is we got it better and we're stopping. No, it's still men. Y'all need men. even now, you need men to allow you to be able to do what it is you're doing. Because if it wasn't acceptable, you wouldn't be able to do it. You don't have an army, you don't have a force, you don't have a nation, you have nothing to enforce what it is that you're talking about.
So wouldn't the answer to your question be not that they need women, not that they need men, but they need men to leave them the alone? You just said it right now. You just said, "Oh, men, we need to stop men."
Yeah, just like black. Hold on.
Men is the fucking problem,
sir. Yeah, a lot of that is. Hold on. That is the nature. Oh, sir, that is the nature of the animal kingdom. Is it not?
Sir, no.
Is it not?
No.
How is it not? People take over each other's land all the time. Do they not?
You consider yourself to be on the same level as an animal?
Yes. Hold on. Yes, that's why wars are being fought.
Meat, bones, fur, everything. No, you don't.
That is why wars are being fought.
I kind of wanted to bring it
grew up
back
around
around.
a bunch of women. You say a question and then don't want the answer. I ain't never said a question to somebody and then kept talking. Only hoes do that. If I say what's 5 plus 5, I'm not gonna be like, cause if you don't know 5 plus 5 and keep talking, stop and let her answer the question.
It's called a rhetorical question, you bitch.
No, it shouldn't be called a rhetorical question because I got an answer.
Who you calling?
Can I try to bring it back around, if I may?
I'm a hoe and you broke.
You a
If it's okay,
and you broke.
I kind of wanted to bring it back to the actual point of the whole topic of
I'm
the
broke.
evening.
You a fan.
Go ahead, Sarah.
I'm broke.
Thank you. Pretty intellectual.
Let's get Sarah, please.
Sorry, I wanted to bring it back around, and I was trying to make a point, but then I kind of let it go. But Pretty Intellectual said that, you know, we
I'm
can
broke.
provide
Send me
for
super
ourselves.
chats. I'm broke.
We can protect ourselves. We can provide for ourselves. All these things. So essentially, like, it comes down to just having good company of a man. If that is the case, then why are men actually having an issue dating? If they don't have to provide for her, if they don't have to protect her, and they just have to be good company, then I bring the whole thing back around. Why are men having such a problem getting a date if all of those other standards don't need to be necessarily met?
Good question. I think her name is, that's exactly my point. That it shouldn't be an issue then. It should not be an issue whether with men leveling up. If we have all these independent boss chicks who can make the money, y'all could take care of yourselves, you don't need a man, you just want his company and his D. Why are the requirements through the roof? Why is it that y'all are asking for all this unrealistic stuff from a man? Because it's a bunch of bullshit. That's why. Y'all know y'all want and need these damn men. You just hate to say it. Y'all are independently goddamn broke. You ain't got no money like that. You can't even pay for your own rent and nails and hair and all this shit. This is why you're asking these men to do it. Like, come on, you're independently out here, boss chicking it up, broke as hell. So you want men to come in and give you this fake lifestyle you wish you could maintain. You want them to be foolish enough to come in and do it. Come on, that's just stupid. If you got money, you bossed up, you caked up, you got it good, you got your pew, you don't really need a man for real, for nothing. Why y'all complaining about men not helping y'all out of the streets? Why y'all complaining about men walking past you while you trying to pick up big heavy boxes and they're just walking their own path? Why y'all complaining? Why y'all complaining about the men not doing the things that y'all want them to do if y'all don't need them? You don't need them, pick your own. That's why they walking past you. How you gonna claim to be strong and independent and then turn around and say adamantly you don't need them, but then say you want them? But what you want them for? Then when you say you don't need them, you want them in a magical way. You want them to pay everything, pull 6 figures out their asses and give it to you and give you this life, or they ain't a real man. Why is it they're not a real man if they can't give you all of this shit that you say you can provide for yourself? Come on now. Why y'all complaining about men will watch a woman on the side of the street broke down with her car and he drive fast past her? He like, nah, she got it. How can you expect men to be all of these things, but also you want them to believe that you're independently strong and capable of doing everything a man could do, and so you don't need them? But why do you? I don't understand. Y'all must think men are stupid or something. I said it before. Y'all must think people are dumb. You want the expectation to be that I'm an independent boss chick, I don't need you, I can handle all my business by myself. A man, y'all useless. But then at the same time complain about a man not doing the very same things that you say you are already capable of doing. It doesn't make a bit of goddamn sense. Y'all, that's why I say this is why men are walking the hell away. This is why men are confused by these women and they don't want no parts of y'all, because y'all are very confusing. You contradict yourselves. You want one thing, but then you want something else. Like, come on. This is why I say men are tired of this shit. If I was a man, I wouldn't deal with him either, because I'm just like, y'all don't know what the hell y'all want. Let's continue.
So it's what I said earlier, right? Where I literally said, the question was asked, do men have options in the dating market? And my answer was clear. Yes, I do believe that they do. I believe if they focus on having a good personality, being a decent person, being enjoyable to be around, then yes. What's happening right now is a lot of men are unfortunately radicalized because they can't keep up with the patriarchy. They can't keep up with inflation. They can't keep up. They're radicalized because they're crushing. And so when you bring that level of aggression and you believe if you somehow have made it from under that boulder, that is all that you need to bring to the table, i.e. I finally made it. I have my protection, I have my provision. And you forget a personality. That is why people do not want to be around you. This is not rocket science, right? This is nature. People are attracted to, a lot of people are sapio. People are attracted to people they enjoy being around. And
so
a lot of
let me answer.
So the thing that she just said, first of all, women have been radicalized since suffrage, since feminism. What you're seeing right now with the men is a response to your radicalization.
I agree with that.
So to try to project that onto us is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah,
and the men are not behaving the way they're behaving right now because they can't keep up. They're behaving the way they're behaving because you broke the social contract, which is where that term, what do you bring to the table, comes from. Y'all get up here and y'all use it and misuse it all the time.
Yeah.
The dude came up with that term where he basically said, okay, if the men stop doing what we're supposed to do, finally maybe the women will get a clue and then come back to the negotiating table, and then we can actually get this thing back on track.
Right.
You guys started the bullshit when you walked away from your duties and your responsibilities, and the men are simply responding to it. But to try to act like we're radicalized because of that is absolutely ridiculous.
Women are still actively voting against their best interest often. Women are not radicalized. Women are voting against their best interest in order to maintain proximity to men. Women are still very much male-centered, right? And there's a small sector of women who are stating that they don't want to participate in it anymore.
So what are women voting on that's against their best self-interest?
There are plenty of women who still want to participate. Sir, I let you
let her land, Angry Man. Let her land real quick.
I let you land.
Let her land, Angry Man, real quick. Let her land, please.
Why are you doing that? I know that you don't like for women to finish.
Go ahead,
anyway,
please.
Oh
my God! Again! No, let her finish her point. No, let her finish her point.
Like you were finished.
It did sound like she was finished.
Y'all just fight again. Go ahead, sweetie, finish your point.
You tried to drag out your response like you had more seconds. All you were going to do is repeat what you said. That's all you were going to do.
No, I wasn't going to repeat.
Instead of being on the panel,
there's no reason for every conversation about the conversation. Please let her finish your point and you get the microphone up.
No, because I got to point this out.
What can be like? Let her finish and then you can answer.
I gotta point it out, bro. I gotta point it out because she's being super toxic. I gotta point it out.
So I think it's funny.
Accusing Ali.
I think it's funny that
of submitting to Andrew.
I think it's funny that women are accused.
She wants every man on here to submit
when you
to her.
have experienced like 2 crash outs so far on this panel. Even
she
this panel alone.
I think y'all should be. I think y'all should keep talking over each other. I think that's great.
Is giving radical man energy. So it's funny that we're the ones.
What you think is?
So anyways, so we're. Oh my gosh, angry man.
You couldn't even answer Andrew's question.
Calm down.
You know, and that calm down, oh, that is irritating as hell. You know, and you to tell another grown person to calm down, shut the hell up. Like, come on now. That's the disrespectful stuff I don't like and I can't deal with. Like, calm down. That would throw anybody off, you know, and it's just the mentality, and it's a lot. It's a lot. It's just a lot. Ali ended up kicking her and that other guy off the panel, which I was grateful that he did, because I thought, honestly, they should have been kicked off a long time ago, because I don't know, especially the lady, she was just very condescending to me, and just, you don't have to be that way on these panels. It shows you how a lot of women think and how they act, and they think it's an empowerment thing, and they think it's, you know, cute, and they think it's, oh, I will not let somebody take advantage or, you know, like mess over me or whatever. I don't know. It's like a defense mechanism, and you can see it. And I just think it just comes off in a nasty way. And I don't think you have to be like that. I think you can have conversations or disagreements with people and keep it moving. It doesn't have to be in a nasty way. And I don't like that, because it comes off condescending and disrespectful to a degree. When you come off that way, it's like a trickle down effect. Like everybody starts to feed off of that energy, and then it becomes that energy all over the panel. I don't think that has to always be the outcome. You know what I'm saying?